where's,
It's a flying pen.
that's a good pen.
Yeah, these pilots, they're not bad pens.
Yeah, fix your part.
Oh, all right, then, knowing what to me already. Yeah, it's just a budget committee met, couldn't take and make any decisions because we didn't have a quorum.
You got it.
I would
I
hold
get it.
on to that, you're gonna have a few more things to sign.
Well, I'm good to go. I have my
I'm
sign.
gonna put it right there just for. I missed the library meeting due to work, but, right here, nothing happened. It's pretty much the slow time for the library right now. All I know is they had an issue with one resident in town. They asked him not to be back for the rest of the year.
At the library? Been causing a ruckus down there or something?
Yeah. It wasn't cake day either, so.
It wasn't who?
Cake day.
It wasn't cake day. Well, that sounds unusual for the library, but
Yeah.
I don't think I have any ex officio report.
Perfect. Jeff, we're gonna get you in early.
Works.
Does one of you 3 copies? Okay, so.
Ooh, back to a yellow truck.
There's a copy there for each of you.
Yeah, it is yellow.
It is yellow, yes.
Maybe those people will see it.
Maybe. So it's not the original, so that's why it's a little.
I don't think I gave you a copy.
No, you didn't, but that's, I had a rough idea of what was in it anyway. So I did go down and look at it, like you have. I got numbers down a lot lower than what he was asking for it. He was asking 49.9, I believe, is what he was originally asking for it.
Can I get some context for the minutes though?
So went down to Reed's and looked at a 2011 Freightliner to replace our 2010, which is currently in limp mode. And it's gonna be roughly about $12,000 just to get it out of limp mode. While I was down there, I took it into consideration while I was there to do a little bit of research on that 2010 to see when the last time we did the intercooler on that truck and to kind of see how often we were replacing the intercooler on that truck. And it's been about every 2 years for the last 6 or 8 years. Well, we are pretty much at that end of our 2-year cycle with that. In January, it'll be 2 years since the last time it was replaced.
Is that something that is scheduled to be replaced, or
No.
do we
No,
normally
it
wait till it breaks?
It blows.
It blows.
And it blows at random.
So historically, it's been
Historically,
every couple of
it's been
years.
about every 2
So,
years.
so it might not, but then again,
Exactly. So
could
within
do
the
it
next
tomorrow.
3 to 5 months,
you could do it in limp mode when you're going somewhere.
exactly. And with that being said, it's typically between $15,000 to $25,000 to get that intercooler fixed. So just to get the truck to come out of limp mode, we're looking at $12,000 to fix it. Then, if the intercooler blows, which is typically every 2 years, like I said, it's anywhere from $15,000 to $25,000 to fix that.
and you were saying that the engine that they used in this 2010 International is a funky engine, and
Yes.
International doesn't use it anymore,
No,
and
they
they've
do
had
not.
massive problems with it.
Yeah, this is the motor that almost bankrupt International. Back when they originally did it, they started having major issues with it. And it is no longer in circulation, hasn't been for the past, I wanna say something like 8 years, don't hold me to that, but it's been quite a while.
So it's just a little window when they actually use this engine,
Yes.
and we happened to buy at that time.
Yes, we did.
Is that the only one?
That is the only one we have left,
Okay,
yes,
we had another one with the same,
yes.
had the same sort of issues to it?
2009.
Yeah.
The 2009 is gone, has been since
Yeah.
we got rid of it when we bought.
But that
the
thing that you're talking that blows every 2
That
years or so,
yeah.
was that doing the same thing on the 09? It was.
Yep.
So it's not looking good for the 10
No,
that we have. Okay.
so, any questions?
Yes. How many miles does our present trucks have?
On our current trucks, the 2010 has 30,000. Well, between 30 and 40, I would say.
I'm saying the newer ones,
The 2000, both the two 10-wheelers are sitting around 60,
around 60?
around 60,000, which those are run more often. The 2010 only has about 30, between 30 and 40 on it, but that truck used to sit all summer long, which, these trucks sitting is not good.
So, in that truck, you were mentioning, it's looks like a dump truck, but it doesn't have a hydraulic dump on it. Correct, 2010?
Our 2010 is a flatbed.
It's a flatbed, so.
And it does not dump.
If you fill it with dirt, you have to shovel it off, so,
Yeah, it's a sander. Yeah, that's it.
okay.
It doesn't have a dump body. This truck here will put us back into another dump truck.
Both 10-wheelers dump trucks?
Yes.
So is this the only one of ours that is not a dump truck?
Correct. Well, besides the pickup.
Besides the pickup, yeah. Okay.
How's this yellow one gonna feel against the green ones?
Oh, we got a red one now anyway.
To get green, you have to use yellow, so we get a blue one and. we'll get
And
it
with that
fast.
being said, I mean, we could always have it painted in the spring. I mean,
Joe's good with spray cans.
if we gotta, that's the way I
So
look at it.
we would trade the 10 for
Yes,
this 11, so we're only picking up a year. It's only a year younger.
Yes, but this one is a Cummins motor, and it's a Freightliner versus the International that we have now. The Cummins motor is really a lot better motor than the International motor, I can tell you that from experience. We're also gaining horsepower in the truck. Currently, we're sitting at about 260 in the 2010 when it's running properly. This one's got 300. And it's an automatic versus a standard.
So it's easier to drive.
It's gonna be a lot easier plowing with.
Okay.
This has a power angle front plow, and none of even the two 10-wheelers don't have a power angle plow. So it'll be a lot easier to clean up intersections,
So how many miles does this have?
right around 100. 120, something like that. If it's a pavement plowed truck, that I do know. It was coming from Hartford. They bought it when it was new. Of course, they have 90% pavement, so. And Hartford has a full-time mechanic, so the truck's been maintained right from them.
Is there any type of warranty with it?
No. I did talk to Scott again today. There is gonna be a 20-day plate inspection sticker, so we won't have to worry about that. They are gonna swap our tires that are on the 2010 and put them on this truck for us. That is part of the deal. All of the oils, gear oil, transmission fluid, engine oil, that's all been swapped and it's been sent out and had it been tested to make sure that there's no contaminants or anything into it. All the repairs that are listed,
The
yes,
windshield and lights.
everything's been repaired already. So the only thing that would hold up the inspection sticker is just putting our tires on it, and then it was, get a sticker on.
Would they do repairs on this too, or do we have to ship it to Lebanon?
Nope, they would do repairs on it as well. They work on it, doesn't matter whether it is, whether it's a Peterbilt, Kenworth, Freightliner, they do it all. My biggest worry with that 2010 is that we've sunk so much money into it already, that we're just gonna continue to sink money into it, we're not gonna gain any value. I mean, what are we getting, he said $4,500 trade-in. So regardless of whether we put the $12,000 into it and get it out of limbo, no matter what, it's only gonna be $4,500.
So we get the same amount whether we put the $12,000 into
Exactly.
it. So
It's
we
not
put the
gonna-
$12,000 into it and then the whole thing just dies. Then
Right, you're still
then-
only getting
then
$4,500 trade-in.
we're up to $12,000.
Exactly.
So, and in this case, this is $40,000.
Yep.
We don't know, you know, how well that's gonna hold up. So it's a gamble. you know?
It is a gamble, and I agree. But we know the history of that 2010. We know
Right, and
the
it's got a
history.
similar history to that of the 2009, which we have
Exactly.
gotten rid of already.
Exactly.
So I have no problem with this truck. Probably be the same price to get this truck in to repair the other truck, which we're gonna keep repairing.
If we do those 2 repairs on the truck, get out of limp mode, and then that other, that's gonna be about 40, just doing.
Yeah, I think we're looking at about
Yeah.
right around
And then,
40,000.
and then it's still a gamble with that truck.
Exactly.
Because those trucks don't have a good history, so if we need that 4th truck, that makes that one look a little better. Everything's so expensive, you know, and then if we're looking at a new truck, it's way over 100.
Oh, yeah, you're talking,
Most closer to.
you're talking 2, if not higher.
Yeah.
I think the last ballpark figure that I got from Scott, and that was one that he had just put together, was between 250 and 300 for a 6-wheeler.
Our oldest 10-wheeler was 189. Bobby did that back in 2014.
And they almost doubled the price. And that was with all power equipment and sander. Now you're talking just truck is close to 300.
So, yeah, I'll motion to go with the 2011 Freightliner from Reed's. Get rid of that 2010.
Using what to pay for it?
Using the Highway Department's capital reserve, which will leave you at 44,000.
I hate spending money, but I guess.
We don't have a choice, I don't
Right.
think, that's like, I don't like it, a lot about that either, but I don't think we have a choice, and we don't have, you know, we didn't have good luck with the Freightliner in the past, but I know that they're actually, in the rankings, they would be above an international, and things I've heard about the engine, you know, compared to the international, the 10 that we have right now with that bum engine in it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think this is the way to go too. So I will second.
So I'm gonna have to do a capital reserve request. check
Check this.
until
Yeah, till the following Thursday.
No,
See if-
it'll be dated for the following Friday, the
Right.
13th.
I'll see if he's good with that. He's already signed this one. So if you guys wanna go ahead and move forward,
Sign away.
we can sign away, and I can get the ball rolling for Sam on the
Okay.
good. Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And his card is in your file, in your box.
It was you to put it there.
Yes.
Sarah said to me this morning, I went this afternoon, I said, did Ed leave this for me or has it been in my box? She goes, I think it's been there.
She doesn't know, she did.
Okay,
She was out
perfect.
to lunch today.
Perfect, I appreciate it. I'll
All
go
the time.
try to get a hold of him this weekend.
Building permit. Moving map 6 lot 727. This is the one. This is a shed on tunnel.
So we were building just a shell, 12 by 20 with a 6-foot deck, making it a total of 12 by 26, no insulation, no partitions, no plumbing, no electrical, no well, no septic. So it doesn't sound like it's a dwelling.
My only issue, it's not a dwelling. Right now it's not,
But it could be.
but it could be. If they sell it, it could be a problem down the road.
Exactly, because if you look at it and you
Yeah.
saw
Yeah.
it, it does look like a cabin.
Someone can move in there and make a whole house.
Because
out of it, not have a building
they did
permit.
this to sell the land, and then
They're selling their house, the property.
it's selling this piece here.
They're selling that, the piece that that's gonna sit on.
Yeah,
So they're selling a piece of land with a shed on it. It's not really a dwelling.
well, it is, to me, if you look at it,
It's
Yeah.
just a shed.
It's a shed.
But if someone buys it down the road, they may not. No,
Yeah.
they need to do.
They could make
all
it into a
this.
dwelling.
They can make it into a dwelling,
It'll have a nice deck on it,
yeah.
right,
but it's still a shed. I mean, that's a quandary. I mean, we can't, we're saying this might be a dwelling later on, so we can't do anything. You know, and if it was just a shed, they wouldn't need a building notification. They just need to notify us.
right.
So,
That's why I didn't do anything with the check yet.
yeah. Do we want more information on this? Would we like to talk to the landowner, or I don't know? Because if it's just a shed, I don't know what authority we have to deny that. I mean, even if we said no to this, they could still build it because
It's already been
It's already
built.
built.
oh, it's already built. Well, then take it down, right? Then there's nothing we can do. So I don't understand this if it's a shed. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, 'cause technically they don't need that.
They don't need that. No.
But my only issue is if they sold it like that, and the next owner comes in, oh, it's already there, they start putting wells and septic.
Is that on a separate lot than where
Yes.
So they have, what's the abutting properties? Is it right next to their house or is it out in the woods?
No,
Where is this?
it's out in the woods.
It's out in the woods.
It's
It's
out
a
on
little
Tunnel
piece,
Road.
it's a little piece on Tunnel Road.
Remember
It's
when
just
Duffy
this
had his little
tiny
camp
piece.
area, picnic table and stuff, there's a little, Betty Styles' place.
Yeah.
That's where it is,
Okay,
it's up on the north side,
okay.
the north side.
So why would they want to share it? That's not the question. I hear what you're saying. So they're building that to sell, so when it sells and the new owner makes it into a dwelling, then things change. And we'll know when it sells, won't we?
You'll know when it sells, but the thing being is,
Well, I know what you're saying, but I think that,
but if you were gonna take and sell a piece of land,
Yeah,
are you gonna take and put a shed on it?
yeah, a good place to put the tools, right?
I mean, come on.
Truthfully, right now, that right there doesn't qualify for road notification.
No, because it's not a dwelling.
There's no septic, there's no water,
Yeah.
there's nothing
So,
there.
so there's nothing that we can just not sign it because it's not a building anyway. It's a, you know, if we didn't sign it, that doesn't mean we're denying anything. Right? Well, for one, it's already
Well, we
built.
don't have to sign it anyways,
Yeah.
so we're just,
So I think,
Well, we
Just
could
whether or
check
not
and
it's
turn
it
gonna
best
accept
we
it
can-
as a shed.
yeah, we have to leave it as a shed. I mean, if that's what they say it is, you know, then that's what it is. Probably has windows in it too.
Yes, there is.
Well, that's so they can have light and see what's going on in there.
Yeah.
They're being nice and notifying us so we can increase the tax rolls from Avatar.
Yeah.
but a lot of sheds have windows too, so.
Yeah. A window shed.
You can go tell my mother that she has to put, notification for her shed, if you want.
Does she have windows?
Yeah,
Yeah.
a lot of them.
We should send her a
I think
letter.
there's a bed in there too.
Well,
Not set up, but there's a bed in there.
The White House on Tunnel Road has that shed, it's a two-story shed,
It's like,
that has,
it's a garage.
no, it's a shed. It's a tough-built shed.
It's
Home Depot,
Has a guy, garage doors on it.
yeah, but it's considered a shed,
Okay.
How can they classify it as a shed if it's got
It's a
a
shed.
garage door?
car doesn't go in there.
A car could go in there. If it's got a garage door, it's gotta be a garage.
It's a shed. I'm not the assessor, I'm just saying, for example,
I
sheds
don't,
aren't these little, leaky
So is ours a
walls
shed?
anymore. Huh?
So is ours a shed?
No, it's not.
Doesn't have a garage door on it.
No.
Does need a culvert? That says does need a culvert.
Oh, that's the
driveway permit?
Yeah.
Yeah, they had, oh, yeah.
That's a whole nother,
Yeah, that's a whole another problem.
well, no, I think didn't Jeffrey resolve that?
Yeah, because if it washes out the road, they get a bill.
So, so they don't have a driveway permit either.
Did Jeffrey sign off on it?
Oh, yeah, you did sign off on it.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say they resolved whatever issues they were
Okay. Yeah.
having, he ended up signing off on it anyway.
Yeah, we got a bunch of engineers.
Alright,
Well, but, you know, what I
Return
would,
the check.
I would say when they turn it into a dwelling, that's when they have to,
shed.
do the building notification.
Okay.
Okay, notice of property lien discharge.
Yes. Remember, this was a welfare lien that I guess they have to clean up, so you can't say the name,
Yeah.
it's protected, but.
Can't say the name, eh?
No. We're just discharging our property lien that we,
Bite my tongue. Okay. So we need to sign that?
Yeah.
Right, yeah. I guess that penny. Can't work.
You guys wanna review action items tonight?
Sure.
Alright, so I've got the,
went around to a bunch of properties looking at them, including mine.
Oh, yeah, that was part of their.
That was part of
20%.
their 20% that they do.
Yeah,
And they
I think
sent,
they're finally done with that, that took them forever this year to do.
I've been waiting for them for a long time, and they
Yeah,
finally showed up.
they're pretty behind this year on that. Johnson Lane turnaround, that is.
Resolved.
Oh, yeah, I gotta take that off, sorry. The junkyard on the Blueberry Kinsman, we had to put a pause on that.
The junkyard on Blueberry Kinsman, that's the junkyard where the cars were out in the road and they got put back in, so it's not
Yeah.
really on Blueberry, it's on Kinsman?
It's on Kinsman, but it's like, yeah.
Yeah, and, but does the guy that lives on Blueberry, is he the owner?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah,
There's not another problem at his residence, is there?
so,
Or
so
there is,
we
okay.
did get a, health officer complaint on that property, which I forwarded to the health officer.
Yeah,
Kind of one of the big factors we were missing for us to go forward with that junkyard ordinance is you have to have the land from the health officer to say that there's, you know.
yeah, well, that's true. Now, who's talked to this guy? Have you've spoken to him? Has anybody else? Has Mitchell been out there?
Yes.
Mitchell
Yeah,
has.
go out there.
And is there an issue with Mitchell? Is there any past history or anything like that?
I don't believe so.
So what did you tell Mitch? Do we know?
I have no idea.
Basically, go away,
Yes.
go away. Well, I know that we are gonna have an issue, and I'm glad we gave it to the health officer, because that's where it should go. But like, when we asked Matt about it, he said, he replied, and we, you know, not only do we have issues with the composting toilet issue, we got an issue with the junkyard issue, the junkyard ordinance.
Mhm.
The question was, how are we gonna go forward on this, because what's the next step? The next step is to file a complaint in court.
Right.
So that's a legal action that we need to take. So when we have a legal action, what's that gonna do? Cha-ching, cha-ching, it's gonna cost us money.
And if you don't have those right markers that are on the ordinance in place.
Well, I don't know, I was looking at that, I don't know if that's gonna be an issue or not, but it's an issue that we need to take a look at the ordinance, because if we need to clean something out of the ordinance, we should, and listening to Matt, he said it would be easier to enforce that without the ordinance, because of the stuff we put in there, it's easier to enforce a state law.
Yeah, it'd be easier to enforce the
I
state
mean,
law than.
We might wanna listen to that advice, because when we write the ordinance, we're just like, we're putting trips and triggers for us, which makes it harder. But as far as what we should do going ahead with this, I think somebody else needs to talk to this guy. And I would volunteer. Cause I've talked to him before, I had some other issue going on, and I didn't have a problem, so
I didn't have a problem with it.
I'm gonna, if it's okay with the board, I don't know what to do with this right now, because I don't wanna go to court. I don't want to start a legal action at this time, because there's enough of them going on right now anyway. And when we move forward with the junkyard business, I wanna make sure that we're doing it in a way that we're not putting ourselves in jeopardy, or in a position for a costly legal battle. I don't know how our legal budget is doing now, but I don't think it's too healthy.
Right now, I think it'd be easier for us just to file a complaint with DES and let them deal with it. And if they say it's fine, then we just take it in court for today, it's fine. But if they say it's not fine, we let them.
Will they actually do anything about it? They won't. I mean, we've had
You'd be
this.
surprised.
Yeah, but hopefully they would surprise me. Maybe that's what we ought to do, to give it a try. Because we had another issue with another plot in town, and we dealt with the DES, and they don't do anything, and they didn't do anything.
Exactly.
That was the problem. They're understaffed. It's part of it's an issue that we have in New Hampshire with enforcing the state enforcing laws. They're pretty good at making rules, but they're not as good as having an enforcing mechanism. You know, go buy a condo, and if you have a problem with the condo association, you are on your own, brother.
The thing is, that river that's on that hill runs into a protected stream,
Right.
which they're more likely to enforce.
Yeah, because he's got cars there, they're junk cars, and it's the fluids in them. So,
You can talk to them first.
I will volunteer to talk to him and see where that goes. And then I think the DES would be a good option after that, before we go to court. How's that? It's probably not gonna get any further than it was, but I'm willing to give it a try.
Composting toilet.
Composting toilet, okay, well, you know, that ordinance has some issues, as we all know. And basically, the way this is written, it doesn't sound like anybody can have a composting toilet. Why don't they just make them illegal, and then we wouldn't have a problem with the ordinance? But starting off, you know, I can recommend some changes, but I believe before we can do the changes, we need to have a public hearing on it. Saying, did we have a public, we had a public hearing when we did the junkyard ordinance, and that was a change from the old one, so if we do anything with this one, the composting, we need to have a public hearing before, and then we can decide what we wanna do. I think that's the procedure. So I would recommend that we schedule a public hearing. And what I would recommend that we take out of this is the setbacks, and we've talked about the setbacks before. I think the setbacks make it impossible for anybody to have one of these, and talking to people in town and to septic installers, the rule of thumb is 75 feet from a body of water, or from a house, or from a well, and I would propose that we make that setbacks the same for the composting toilet.
Or follow the state rules.
Follow the state, does the state have rules?
The state does not have rules.
No, I think we're the only town that has an ordinance. I don't think any other towns
No,
have
I
an
not mean
ordinance.
for like composting toilets, I mean for like septic's, porta toilet
For the privy.
previes.
There's a setback from privy, yes.
Yeah.
Is that 75 feet too, or, yeah, so that
So,
seems to be
right,
the
so
standard.
I go
So-
with the same,
So I don't think that's an issue.
Right.
A couple other issues that are in here though, you know, some of the things look like they might be, you know, I don't know where they got these figures, it's like somebody pulled them out of air. Like the number 3, the limits to the number of composting toilets, no more than one per tax map or lot. You know, I would propose,
why would somebody want more than one compost toilet?
Two different buildings.
you can have a
Gotta go at the same
It's
time.
like having multiple toilets, but if you
Yeah.
want more people, then
Yeah.
people wanna go with bathrooms.
You could have a guest composting toilet.
Isn't hers.
We could have a house, you have a trailer. The trailer's not gonna go in the middle of winter to the house, the composting toilet.
Okay, so I would say, to get rid of that, there shall be no more than one. I would just strike that whole thing. The lots less than 2 acres shall not be permitted to install a composting toilet, except as here, indicated herein. But I don't know if that's a necessary stipulation there either.
Right.
You know, I think we had to get rid of that, so we had to just restructure with those things in there. There was something else in here. It says it has to have a solid cover. Well, it says a solid and removable cover. Do you really need a solid cover on it? If you leave a solid cover on it, then water can't get in there. And the way that these things work is they have to have moisture in order to work.
Right.
So I think that gotta go too. So a whole bunch of things in here that I think gotta go. And you could make the argument that maybe the whole thing should go. To what purpose is it serving us? But that's a discussion we can have after we make the changes here and have a public hearing on it. Maybe we'll get some response.
wanna wait until after?
I'll do it whenever the board would like. I could, the next meeting is okay with me, or the meeting thereafter, but no later than that.
So,
So
right, I think
it's gotta be done right away. Next meeting would be,
next meeting.
if we have enough time to post it, I'd have it like
January
December
17th,
17th.
gonna do it there the first one of the year. Yeah, that would be the 17th or the 7th.
Do we have to do that one in the Valley News? I just have to post it, right?
You know, the planning board no longer has to do those in the Valley News, thank God. I don't know what we have to do.
Yeah,
These public hearings have to be.
there were certain times when you did and when you didn't do
Yeah,
it in the
but if there's a
Valley
way
News.
we can get out of doing that, like the planning board changed their subdivision rules, had a public hearing on it, posted the public hearing, on the Valley News, and then we had the hearing, then we got rid of that stipulation, so now we just have to post on the website, which gets more circulation than the Valley News out in Grafton does anyway.
Right.
I can double check on that.
So
I
we
don't
could
think
look
we
into
have
that. I don't know if we have to
but
put this on, but if we don't have enough time,
I don't think for this type of hearing, I don't think we have to.
okay, well, if you.
It's kind of like the budget has their public hearing. They don't
Yeah.
have to post theirs in the Valley News.
Yeah,
I think as long as.
But I'll
yeah,
double
post
check
it,
just to
yeah.
make sure
Yeah.
that everything's
okay. So,
in order.
what we should do, and then I can get with you, and we can clean up the verbiage on this, so we can actually post our proposed ordinance
Right.
online, you know, with the notification, and then we'll have a public hearing, we'll go from
Yep.
there. That sounds good.
Yep.
And then we can take that off the action item.
Exactly. Yep.
Oh, right. Then I had the equipment inventory, but
Yeah,
we haven't done anything with that, so
No, that's
kind of stalled right now.
that is stalled.
the action items.
Yeah. Do you guys want to add anything right there at this time, or are we good with what we have?
Well,
Kind of a lot.
I say we're good for now.
Just an update, what happened with the tap on the house?
I was gonna bring that up, and I'm
Why
glad
is
you
it
did.
gone?
No, I don't know.
Is it up there?
Yeah, it's on.
It's on?
Oh, you asked like someone, like it was gone now, like.
No, I thought we forgot about it. I thought it was
No.
like one of
No,
those things we talked
I
about.
knew he was up there one day,
Oh.
Anton took
every
it
time I
around
go
with
up through, I
Yeah.
forget to look to see
Well,
if he had finished
I
it.
asked Anton to get 2 tarps to cover the roof.
Right,
Let me know when you got them, I'll go up there with you.
yeah.
You're saying, no, the tarps are done. It's like,
that's great. Anton's a
Yes.
good person to have,
Yeah,
and thank you
yes.
for getting that done.
Yes.
I was concerned that it wasn't done, and then we got the.
No, I knew, yeah.
Yeah,
and he found them cheaper online than Bill Page
okay,
or Tractor Supply or anywhere around here.
okay.
Any ideas on what's going to happen with the gas station?
Well, that's something we need to discuss.
Exactly.
You know, some of these grants that are, you know, it'd be nice to get a grant to be able to fix it up. And that's easy to say, harder to do.
Right.
And I know all that effort went into the library, that grant for the library, so I know there's people around that.
What grant?
The
The
grant,
forgivable loan?
yeah, the grant that wasn't the grant,
That
it was
was the-
that's the one, yeah.
Okay.
But there might be a grant, but we can't count on that, but I would like to do something with that building. What do you think we should go about that? Should we form a committee?
No.
No, I think we've done the work. You gave Andrew a choice, a chance to,
He did have a chance, yes.
and we got the real estate appraisal back, and I just think that
Well,
we
let me work on it and I'll come back next meeting with hopefully a somewhat detailed plan, what we can do with it,
Okay.
give a couple options.
Well, the building.
Well, that's
it's a
all I'm
valuable-
looking for,
It's
is
a valuable building
options on that, rather than let it just sit there
any longer than
than
it
it
needs
has
to.
to.
Yeah.
Okay,
Okay,
there's a bunch of options.
yeah.
A couple that the people don't like, I don't like. But
Not everybody likes everything. so.
Yeah,
Right, but,
But something is better than nothing.
we could try to get enough grants to repair it.
right, and if you gotta get, and what are you gonna do with it after that?
We could rent it out,
Yeah,
Yeah. We can do that.
now we make money that way.
We can make money that way. I mean, yeah, we could sell it, but then I hate to split up the property there, you know?
right,
'Cause
it's
kinda
just that,
kinda
we've
goes
gotten
with
to
the
this
church.
point, I don't want to,
Yeah,
just see it stall, that's all.
Yeah. yeah, no, I agree with that. So let's see what you come up with, we'll go from there.
Ready to go on the budgets?
Yep.
Alright, so these are the
Yeah.
spreadsheets first, I'm just giving you all the stuff I have first.
Now,
And
before we
then
go
this
any
is the
further,
budget versus
could
ask.
Steve get rid of that pen, because he's gonna try to write with it, that's,
Ready to take that from you?
No, I'll put it away.
And then we have a request for,
Why did miscellaneous, why did we drop the miscellaneous?
well, give me a minute, give me a minute. First, we've got a request from the treasurer to increase the stipend of the deputy. For you guys to review it as well, which will also go towards this budget.
Can I read this out?
Yep.
Selectmen, I have appointed Allison, oh my god, Oud as my deputy treasurer, currently stipend for this position is $600. She has prior experience in municipal work and I would like to increase the stipend to $1,000. I strongly agree that this is appropriate for the job description, especially if I go on vacation during tax season. Please let me know if you require any other information. My only issue with that is raising a deputy's stipend when she hasn't been here, just took the job. Or I'm gonna give her a raise of $400
right,
to maybe not even be off at all.
right.
You have to remember it's a stipend for the position, not the employee.
Yeah, I understand
Because it's a
that.
stipend, not a wage.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
considered
it also might, if she doesn't last, it might make it more attractive for somebody who might want that job. Or we could go halfway and split the difference. Or we could just say, wait.
So on the proposed budget, I highlighted places where I was able to make changes to
Yeah.
bring the original request down quite a bit. So miscellaneous tech support, so miscellaneous is gonna go away and that's gonna become tech support.
Okay,
And that is the tech support for, that's Twin Bridge.
yeah, so that's 12.
I'm going to also need a new computer for Bonnie.
Oh, yeah, so I think that was built into that price, was it not?
I
I'm
think,
pretty sure I included that
I think,
into that price. Let me double check
Twin
on the
Bridges
contract,
was-
I'm pretty sure that he included that on his 2025 contract. See, he already gave it the computer, he's just gonna bill it next year, so I think he built it into the contract.
okay.
But I will double check, if not, that'll be, what, $1,500 more. The post office box for the treasurer, which is the $0 there, she agreed that she doesn't need that box. The only thing that goes in there are bank statements, which are just letters that say that her electronic statement is available, because everything's online now.
So,
So those will go into the selectmen's box, because I check those boxes anyway.
okay,
So that's going away. We
okay.
don't need that
So
box
we save
anymore.
a couple bucks there.
Yep, you know, it's only a few, but something's better than nothing. The insurances were all changed based off of the correspondences we received from Primex and,
Okay,
Health Trust.
yeah, so the liability went up and,
Dental went down.
yeah. But the health insurance didn't go down.
Mm,
Went
But the
down.
total amount $6,920. We were requesting $468,178. With these changes, I was able to bring it down to $438,856.
Sounds
So
much better.
it brought it down quite a bit. It's still a little higher, but only by a couple thousand.
Yeah,
I think that,
yeah, much better than it was before, so, yeah.
So,
good.
but I don't know, I mean, I don't know some of those numbers. I feel like the health insurance and dental are gonna be tight ones, you know, if we were to completely replace a department with new employees and they all decided to go on dental, that dental amount's gonna change. But, I don't know.
So, the budget committee is gonna be reviewing our budget
Yeah, the budget.
on Thursday?
So you guys are scheduled for next Thursday, which I believe is it's the
Yes,
12th.
that's for the
But-
fire ward.
Nope,
no,
the
it's fine.
10th is when they're meeting with the fire department, fire warden, and one other. The 12th is the selectmen, and then revisiting anything else.
What time do they meet?
6.
Okay.
But Ed, you said that might change.
Yes. So I've got a couple of questions. As a visual dues, we only spent 570 so far. Is that gonna go up? Because you get down 1,700.
Ooh, I wish I had last year's book with, or the budget book with me, because I could look at what we did last year. I feel like there is something that comes in, right? No, don't look at that. Look at your budget versus actual that I gave you. Don't look at the amount spent line on there. Because we did have,
Yeah, now we're overspent.
yeah, because we got,
All right.
yeah, so that's why I printed these, so you have them more up to date. Oh, because the membership dues came in for NHMA, that's what came in.
All right, and then, just above, general government buildings.
On the spreadsheet or the budget versus actual?
Yeah, both.
Okay,
Yeah. You're requesting 10 grand, and
for wages, so that would be for,
Jimmy
Jimmy
and
and
Anton.
Anton. Why is that? Yeah, because we are now, well, we're at 70% now. No, sorry, I'm looking at the wrong one.
We're at 120%.
Yeah, I was gonna say we're over now. This is the work that they've been putting in. Ginny spends more time housekeeping than our previous housekeeper because she comes here and does the town office. I mean, she does the town hall